If one day Earth was no longer a place for us to live, where would we go? Would it be outer space? Or an entirely different world, right beneath our feet? Imagine, the world as we know it with its mountains, forests, and blue skies is gone. Our new home is a city built deep beneath the surface of the ocean. No more cars, skyscrapers, or traditional internet. Everything has changed. The question isn't whether we could survive, but how would we live a new world with immense pressure, surrounding darkness and unsolved mysteries? To exist there, our bodies would have to undergo a radical transformation. First, water pressure. The pressure in the deep ocean is no joke. To resist it, our bones would have to become denser, and our blood would need a special protein to avoid being compressed. We would be like professional divers, but on a completely different level. Next is the respiratory system. Our lungs would atrophy and be replaced by complex gills. These gills would not only extract oxygen, but also have to process the immense amount of salt in the water. Perhaps they would develop special sacs to filter salt and retain fresh water for our bodies. And we can't forget vision. Sunlight can only penetrate a few hundred meters of water. To see in the perpetual darkness, our eyes would have to become larger, more sensitive to the bioluminescent light of deep-sea creatures, much like giant squids. Maybe we would even develop bioluminescence ourselves to communicate and light our way. But biological changes are just the beginning. Our social lives would also be transformed. Culture and society, communication. We would have to learn a new language. Sound travels too quickly and becomes distorted in water. We might use ultrasound, frequencies, hand signals, or even light patterns to talk to each other. Sound of a sonar ping. Soft ultrasound waves architecture. Houses made of steel and concrete would no longer be suitable. We would build cities from super durable composite materials, capable of withstanding pressure with giant glass domes. For viewing the ocean, sound of underwater construction, metal scraping food. Our food would no longer be produced from the land. We'd have to develop seaweed farms, cultivate edible fish and sea creatures, or even create food from microorganisms. Sound of trickling water, swimming fish economy and technology, energy. We would no longer rely on solar power. Instead, we would harness energy from geothermal vents, ocean currents, or chemicals at the bottom of the sea. Professions, terrestrial. Jobs would disappear. Instead, there would be biological engineers who create underwater crops, geologists who explore the seabed, or explorers who hunt for new species. Living in the ocean wouldn't be easy. We would lose the warmth of the sun and the freedom of the open sky, but in return, we would witness an entirely different world. A world with fantastical creatures, underwater volcanoes, and mysteries yet to be solved. Are we ready to give up our human nature to become creatures of the sea? That would define our future, a future not on land, but deep in the heart of the ocean.